Welcome back to Launch Speed. I'm your host, Chandler, Brendan Bing, joined by my co-host, Joey, Zach Tribiani, on this epic journey to find that goddamn monkey.
Yeah, where's that goddamn monkey?
Let's roll it.
Roll the tape.
There's multiple shapes and sizes. Just decide that a real fat guy is just a bear and it's hitting an animal.
Well, it's not going to hit a bear.
Well, yeah, I know that. But it will determine the
launch speed.
Stop! I'm trying to think. I'm trying to put my words together. You're rushing me.
Am I helping?
No, not at all. No one else can see my hands.
Welcome to Launch Speed.
Welcome back to my basement, Brendan.
Yeah, God, I keep forgetting that you live here now.
Yeah.
How's your week, dude?
It was good. It was good.
Yeah.
I was super hot. This weather.
It's warm. It's
can
warm outside.
blow me.
Okay, yeah, that's a little excessive. But
No,
yeah,
it's
sure.
not.
All right.
Dude, 90 plus degrees in a building covered in glass.
You don't like that?
No.
You know, it's like a sauna, man. People pay for that shit.
Yeah.
People pay good money to get that installed in their house.
All that moisture in the air, though, guess what it is? Sweat and breath.
Yeah.
That's all the humidity in there.
Well, it's great because it's like so humid in there that your sweat just doesn't evaporate. And then you just get nice and slippery. It's like everything becomes your slip and slide. The world is your slip and slide, Zach, if you try hard enough.
So usually what I do is I have 3 pairs of work pants and I wash them on Wednesdays so I can wear them again.
When they're in the washer, do you wear pink? Because we wear pink on Wednesdays.
So I wash them. But like this week after Monday, like those pants were so disgusting that I washed them. And I was like, okay, now I'll have a pair for Thursday and I can push laundry off till Thursday. Tuesday comes around. I washed 1 pair of pants twice this week.
I don't know what to say.
It was just like I spent $3.25 to wash a pair of pants.
Speaking of your laundry, why have you been bringing it over for Casey to do?
Because it's $3.25 in my apartment, and it's free here.
Free for you?
And I get food.
Yeah, you don't have to bring your laundry to get food, though.
I could.
Yeah.
You know?
You could.
I shouldn't.
I demand $3.25.
I'll give you $1.50.
All right. How about $3.50?
How about $3.50? So, any excitements this week?
So Casey and I discovered, because no one had ever seen it before, this show on Hulu called Letterkenny. If you want a rambunctious little show that you can just watch, you know, for a couple minutes a day, like just hang out, chillax, not think about anything, it is perfect for that.
It is quite funny.
The banter is just so good, and the fact that it's Canadian just makes it that much more exotic, for lack of a better word. Exotic.
I would not classify Canadians as exotic.
You know, I don't know. They're weird.
They are.
But no, we discovered that, again, like I said, nobody had ever seen it before.
You are the first. They did a private viewing just for you guys.
Right.
And they went off your recommendation whether or not the pilot was going to pass. And they put the rest of the episodes out.
Yeah.
Yeah, they called me because you recommended me as a friend, and they also showed it to me.
Oh, I must have put down the wrong name then. Anyways, it's on Hulu. It's a great show. I would recommend checking it out.
This is not sponsored by Letterkenny.
I would not also watch it with your parents. That's
So I had a fun-filled week.
Okay.
Not really.
Yeah. Working.
But I did have an exciting today. I got a haircut, fresh new cut.
Yeah.
I mean, I cut it all off. It's just so hot in that building. I needed as little hair as possible.
Yeah. What'd you get? Like a 2 all around?
I got a 1 to a 3 to a 4.
Okay.
Why? I don't know. That's what she wanted to do. Because when I go there, I don't know what I want. Just like I'm a woman at the restaurant. I sit down, I get a menu, I go to the bathroom, I come back, I look at the menu, and then I say I'll order last.
Yeah, that's what I did. I'm like, I'll go last. Like one time I was somewhere and I couldn't decide what I wanted. I literally just closed my eyes, stuck my finger out, and whatever it landed on, I got it because I just couldn't decide.
And then I also got a full body massage today, which let me tell you is worth every penny.
How much did it cost?
$85.
Wow.
But it was awesome. It was exactly what I needed after this week. It was a miserable week for me work-wise.
They do that deep tissue massage.
It was
painful.
It was painful around the thighs and up around
back of the thighs.
No, back of my thighs weren't really that bad.
Oh,
it was the front and the side of my legs. And then also my shins. My shins I did not realize how tight they were until she put her fingers in there, and I was like, stop, please.
In your shins.
It felt like she went through my tibia and pressed it to the back of my calf.
Oh. That sounds awful.
It was really like...
Was it like an hour
it was,
of just 30
It was like
minutes?
an hour and 20.
Of sheer torture? Wow. Okay.
But, she's a family friend, so... I got a discount. Well, I got a discount rate for the hour and a half, basically.
Wow.
Which was a full price for the hour. But whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
I'll take it. I also got this sweet tape job.
Yeah.
None of you can see what I'm holding my hands right now, but...
Unless they watch on YouTube, plug. It's just like K-tape. What all the women wear at the beach volleyball Olympics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's magic.
Mm-hmm.
I could explain like the scientific behind it, but let's just
go. No,
it's
just a placebo. It just makes you think that it's working.
All right. Keep moving on. I also went down to the dealership down south. Not that far south.
Just a couple minutes further south of where you live.
Yeah. And I got my car appraised. And like anyone who's ever been to a dealership, you expect to absolutely get dicked.
$2,000.
Like $2,000 if it's, you drove it off the lot 20 minutes ago.
Yep.
They'll give you $2,000 to take it back.
Yep.
But they actually gave me a really good price for a dealership.
It's close to the Kelley Blue Book value?
It is just under the private party trade-in value.
Okay.
Not trade-in. Private party sell.
Yeah. That's not bad then.
No. And then I don't think the guy was ready for this, but he was like, so like, you want to sell it today or do you want to think about it? And I was like, no, I'm taking it up to Toyota. He was like, what? And I was like, I'm going to take it up to Toyota and have them look at it. He was like, well, I can do a couple more hundred. And I was like, that's fine. I'm still going to take it up to Toyota, but I'm glad we're settling there.
You double what I'm asking. Sure. Yeah. Settle this right here, right now.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to take it up to Toyota. I'm going to show them his quote. And if they go $1 over, I'll take it. If they don't, I'll just sell it to him.
Okay.
It's a win-win.
You don't want to just keep playing back and forth. Be like, hey, they said they'll pay me this.
So I was debating going to the Toyota dealership around here, and then going to a Toyota dealership
up north.
Up north. Where is that one? Prince Frederick?
Yeah.
Up to Prince Frederick and get 3 quotes and see if I can just get them all stacked to like a really acceptable price.
Yeah.
Doubtful. That's too much work for me.
It's a lot of work. Yeah.
I sat there for 45 minutes so he could do that.
Was he trying to sales pitch you the whole time?
No.
Oh.
I came in. A guy said, "Oh, you're here to get your car appraised? Here, I'll pull it around for you." He walked out, walked right back in, and handed the keys off to someone else. And I realized that guy doesn't know how to drive a manual. And then that guy left, was gone for 45 minutes. Nobody talked to me. Nobody else came up to me and asked me anything. Wow. Not a word. I just sat in the corner like a reject. I take that back. A woman, she came up because I was sitting at her desk, and she was like, "Have you been helped?" And I said, "Yeah." And she said, "Do you know by who?" And I said, "No idea." And she was like, "What?" And I was like, "Your used car guy," or whoever the hell he is. She was like, "Oh, Chris." And I was like, "Yeah, Chris."
That's the one. I knew that.
And then she just sat there and looked at me for a little bit, and then typed on her computer, looked at me some more, and left.
Oh.
I felt so awkward.
Why did you get up? Go sit somewhere else. Are there not like couches in a little waiting area?
It was just chairs and desks.
Oh.
So I could have sat at a desk with somebody else at it and had them stare at me for a little bit.
Just make conversation.
I didn't want to. And then the last but not least, I worked alone for most of the week, which if you personally know me, you know I'd prefer to work by myself every time.
Right, because your social skills are lacking. Your cooperation is non-existent.
Yeah. Yes, definitely.
And general intelligence is just
anything that got on your nerves this week.
So the only thing would be that when I thought we were adopting a dog, what we turned out to adopt was a squirt gun with 4 legs. I mean, he pees everywhere.
And anything that makes him just a little bit excited.
It just rolls over and pees. Well, not always rolls over, but like you saw it today. Yeah, I was trying to get him to pee, and we took him out into the front yard, And then you rolled him over and he squirted a little bit. And then you rolled him over the other way and squirted some more. It's like, and it just kept going. And he wouldn't like actually go pee. He was just doing little bits at a time. So yeah, he's just a squirt gun all over the place.
Yeah, I bent over to pick something up in the kitchen and he thought I was like trying to feed him. He came running over and then peed on me.
What's really, really annoying is when we like put him in his crate to like leave or something and we come back and take him out. We pick him up, just all over the carpet. And I'm like, so anyways, yep, squirt gun, 4 legs.
I feel like there's got to be something you can do.
He's a puppy and he drinks way too much fucking water. So he'll grow out of it a little bit. But it just takes time and patience, which is wearing thin, but we're keeping a smile on.
Well, I got one thing, and it's at Cleveland Construction, going above and beyond is rewarded with more work and less pay.
Unfortunately, that's how a lot of jobs work. When you prove yourself competent, they want to give you more stuff. And I don't understand the less pay part, though.
Well, because you're doing more work than your other counterparts for the same amount, so you're getting paid less because you're producing more.
Okay, yeah.
So I'm getting paid the same amount every week, but I did way more work this week than I've ever done, and I was just so irritated by the end of the week because I can't sit idly at work. I can't do nothing, which is what everyone's fine with. Like they'll finish a task and then they'll just sit around for a bit, and I can't do that because it makes the day go by way too slowly.
It really does.
So I'm constantly finding things to do, and we had to hang some ceiling grid, and it was supposed to take us 5 days, and it took us 2 days. So we had 3 days, and then my partners that I was working with at the beginning of the week just didn't really do anything. They just kind of hung out, and then on Wednesday, one of my foremen came down, and he was like, hey, you come with me. And for the rest of the week, I was putting fire extinguisher cabinets in.
Oh,
by myself. No supervision.
I mean, that's good, though. That's good for your like, career.
Yeah, no.
They understand that you're doing it well.
They also realized I can read blueprints because I can read, and I'm one of... it sounds so bad, but I'm one of the few people who can read.
Wow. Yep. Not surprised. I
didn't realize it, but like everyone bitches about our public education system, but all the people I work with are from a different country, and they've never gone to school a day in their life.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Like they don't know how sentences work. They only speak Spanish because they've heard Spanish spoken. They don't know how to write it. They don't know how to form a new sentence with new words.
I don't understand.
So like when we learn new words, we can put them in sentences,
right?
But they can't because they don't understand.
Can't you just pick that up by just like talking to people? Can't you just like? Are they just stupid?
I don't know.
Yeah.
But I was looking at the blueprints because they were laying out, so I wanted to see where I was going to go next. So I just picked them up and I marked where I needed to go, took a picture of it, and then I went to that spot and started working and finished it. And one of my foremen was like,
"How'd you get over here?"
He was like, "Is this right?" And I was like, "Yeah, I followed the blueprints." He was like, "Wait, you can read these?"
Yeah, pretty self-explanatory. It's a little picture.
It's a picture with numbers on it and a legend over here, and that's how it always works.
It's not hard. It's like a treasure map, except for at the end of the X, there's work.
Yeah.
Worst treasure map ever.
The worst treasure hunt you could ever be on. That's all I got for this week.
All right. Well, next week, possibly next week, there will be an Unhinged Stories episode in place of our regular episode, but we shall see. Otherwise, it'll be coming out at some point in the future.
But we are recording an Unhinged story.
We are recording it.
It's not a probably. It's like it will come out. We just don't know.
It will come out. It might be next week. It might be a couple weeks. Yeah. Whatever. We want to make sure that there's no long gaps again because we got a little heat for that.
Did we?
A little bit.
From who?
Doug.
Oh, I'm sorry, Doug.
Yeah.
I apologize.
Yeah. Doug, our greatest fan, our number one fan. Let's see, bear bits. We have two things, both of them thanks to Chris. The first one, we were talking about black bears, I think it was last week. Turns out they can regulate their pregnancies. They can,
So they take birth control?
Shut up. They can get pregnant and then just decide to not be pregnant and, extend the pregnancy. It doesn't attach or some weird shit like that. So they can, extend it by a couple months so that their babies are born at the right time. Weird, right?
So, but they can't choose to just totally not be pregnant.
Not to my knowledge.
So they can't just self-abort.
I mean, well, if conditions aren't good, like if they're not getting enough food and nutrients,
Well, yeah,
chances
okay.
are they won't be able to, just because that's how nature works. Yeah, no, if she has enough fat to support it, then it'll implant. Otherwise, it'll wait till she has enough fat. Yep.
Man, imagine if we had something like that. Babe, just keep running. Just keep running.
I mean, that can affect. Anyways, don't talk about this anymore. We also, thanks to Chris, saw a video of somebody.
An insane woman.
Not a video of somebody. A video of a bear that some crazy woman took. She's filming out the back door of her house, and there's a bear walking up to her porch, and there's a bear on her porch, and like looking at her through the glass door, and she's holding it shut, which it would be a pull door from the outside. So two things, like how the fuck is she gonna stop a bear from pulling it open? And two, why? What does it matter?
Well, doesn't he come through the window?
Yeah, but still, holding your hand on the door like that is just pointless. I mean, he's more likely to break the glass than he is to sit there with one claw and try and pull that bitch open. Like, nah.
He's gonna yeet her off that.
Oh my god.
Yeet.
So anyways, yeah, he was looking through the door, looking at her, and then he just goes straight up to the window like he's done this before, and just starts coming in, and like it's a weird looking window, but
It
it looks
open.
like it was either a swing one or like a sliding window or something like that. I don't know. He comes up to it, puts his nose through, and she's like, haha, cute bear, whatever. And then he just fucking walks through, like, inside the house now.
And
then
she's still in the same
she's
room.
still in the room with it. What an idiot.
As soon as I noticed that window was open, if I couldn't get it shut, I would just book it.
Yep. And she ends up eventually running away upstairs, waiting for animal control to come.
Imagine if she followed the proper protocol and played dead.
Well, if you're in a house, you can get away.
She was just filming and
But she either has gigantic cojones or she's an idiot. One of the two.
I'm gonna go with she's an idiot.
And I don't know who Angela is, but
Where's
somebody
Angela?
in the video is like, Angela. It's like, shut up. Anyways, yeah, we will link that video for you guys so you can be just a little bit terrified.
Or just impressed.
Or impressed, yeah, sure. Sure. We talked at some length about the Witcher TV show.
Yes, we did.
It's being produced by Netflix, blah, blah, blah. They came out with a trailer, I believe it was for San Diego Comic-Con, but man, does it look good.
It looks exceptionally, like it's all fantastical, so I kind of expected it to look not crappy, but like it looked just unbelievable.
Yeah, I understand, but it is Netflix. Netflix is doing it, and it's a famed showrunner who's had some successful shows, unlike the showrunners for the Halo TV show coming out. But man, I'm impressed. They did a teaser a while back of Henry Cavill as Geralt, the main character in the books or the show or whatever. And I didn't think it looked that good. Nothing even close to what was going on in the video game. But they really pretty much pulled it off in this trailer, I think. It looks so similar to what's in the video game.
He is slightly too pretty.
A little bit. What I really think he just needs a beard. And I mean, obviously they're done filming. It's like way too late to put that in, but I'm hoping that he grows it. Yeah,
they could just see
CGI
that
that
beard on. And if he turns too fast, it just hangs a little bit.
I hope that we just didn't see the whole thing and a beard appears later in the show, because that would be dope. I just think that helps the persona, I guess.
Agreed.
The trailer is incredibly confusing, as is the storyline, but I'm still so excited for
There's
this.
a big nope at the end of that trailer, though.
Yeah, there is.
Just a big old nope, and that's all I'm talking about.
I mean, it's I don't know. To each his own. I'm excited about it though.
I don't blame you, because it makes me tingle inside just a little bit.
Anyways, I think we can probably stop talking about this.
Let's keep it going.
All right. Have you ever wanted to blow $9,000 in a single night? No?
Should I answer that legitimately or?
Sure.
Yes.
You would? Would
Yep.
you? If you had the money?
If I had the money?
You'd blow $9,000 a night.
I could think of a good.
Just on accommodations.
Sure.
Oh. Okay.
If they're exceptionally good accommodations.
All right. Well, you can now, for 1 month out of the year, stay at the Ozu Castle in Japan for $9,250 a night.
That doesn't sound worth it.
That's a lot of money. So the castle's built in 1331, and it's 4 stories, and it is very pretty. It's very nice to look at. Even in the interior, while I feel like it's not true to what it was before. It's not historically accurate. Looks pretty freaking cool.
It was rebuilt in the 60s, right?
It may have been refurbished, but
Okay.
I don't know. Because like some things, when they refurbish them, they put it back how it was. Like what is it? Notre Dame that burned down. They're not gonna just make it modern architecture, like glass everywhere, like steel beams and everything, like a little fountain running through, and a koi pond that people get pushed into.
It's going to be expensive for Notre Dame.
Yeah.
But also, let's go back to this castle.
Okay. Yep.
If it wasn't this price, if it was just an acceptable price for a hotel, would you want to do it?
Yeah.
I wouldn't. This
Really?
doesn't even sound remotely interesting
Why?
to me. Because it's a freaking castle.
Dude,
I'd
it's
love
cool.
to
People
go.
have died in the room that you're staying in, most likely. Hundreds of people.
Most
probably.
hotels I've gone to, people have probably died in that
Where
room.
the hell are you staying?
Spending $9,000 a night. What do you expect?
No, why wouldn't you do it? Like, does it creep you out?
No,
You just don't think it's cool?
I just don't think it's that cool.
What if it was free?
Still no.
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 Just totally free.
Still no.
With the world's best arcade and game room in it.
Okay, that's different. That's
The whole thing is just laser tag or paintball. Or even better, real guns with those like ballistic paintballs.
Okay, yeah. You got me. You got
yeah?
me there.
Okay.
But that's not this.
$9,000 for that. Would you do it?
Yeah. If I had the money, I would. But it's here. Let me defend myself here before you just go on a little tangent.
All right, moving on. Have you heard about?
Nope. These are places I like to go see, check out, but I don't want to stay the night. I don't want to be stuck there for a whole day because I could probably walk through this whole thing for an hour and see enough and be done.
Okay.
And then go do something that seems more interesting.
Okay. Like, but what if the view is really great? Like, what are you looking for in accommodations?
Super comfortable.
Yeah. What if the room is super comfortable?
Doubt. Press X to doubt.
I mean, it's freshly renovated.
Yeah.
I mean, look at this bed.
But it's made for Japanese, so
Look
the
at this
bed's 4 feet long.
Bed. It might be something to that. I mean, this looks comfortable, cozy. I mean,
all the ceilings are 5
the
feet
view,
tall.
that is an incredible view right there. I assume. it's really hard to tell in the picture.
No.
I think it's awesome. So you are currently single,
Yes.
as you have been for quite some time now. If you had a significant other, girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever, maybe you would understand. Like, it'd just be a nice way to just like kind of get out away from your little squirt guns and just hang out for a night, do something interesting and relaxing, and embrace the atmosphere of people being slaughtered.
Of feudal
right.
Japan.
Yeah. I think it's cool. I'm a fan of the idea.
Oh, I'm glad. I'm not bashing the fact. I just wouldn't want to do it personally.
Well, that's because
Are you offended by
your
my
opinion is wrong. It's just wrong.
Fine.
I understand not wanting to pay $9,000 a night because I would never, ever do that.
You want to know somebody who's also wrong? You want to know about a lot of people who are also wrong?
Tell me.
Area 51 is such a stupid meme.
So, well, it's not even just a meme. I mean, so for those of you who don't know, there's a Facebook event that I think 2.5 million people or so have signed up for to raid Area 51. I think it's in September.
September 20th.
Yeah. Why that day?
I couldn't tell you.
Okay.
All I know is, one, that amount of people isn't going to show up.
Oh, God, no.
But if less than, I'll give it a good even number, 10,000 people show up, those 10,000 people are going to die.
Maybe.
They're going to shoot them.
Maybe.
Why would they? They can't do anything else.
So a couple things. They know this is coming.
Right?
And some people, if this actually happens, which I X to doubt, I counted out. If it happens, they have tons and tons of time to prepare. So what they'll probably do is just get an ass load of tear gas and a shit ton of rubber bullets and just go to town.
Yeah, but that's the thing. It's 10,000 people actually rushing you.
Yeah, when each of those, like, I don't know, what kind of people do you think are signing up for this? Conspiracy
Kyle's.
theorists.
Kyle's everywhere.
What?
The guys who drink Monster, the other meme. Never mind.
Yeah, I missed it.
It's all right.
Anyways,
You're
yeah,
a
no,
degenerate.
it's like,
Naruto runners.
yep.
So that is one thing I want to talk about. The Air Force actually has had debriefings on what Naruto running is. Because that's part of the strategy to rush it.
It's also pronounced Naruto.
No, it's retarded. That's what it is.
Can't say that word anymore.
Oh, you're right. We can't. I apologize. It's retarded.
All right, now that's settled. So what Naruto running is you run bent over with your arms behind you.
It makes you run so much faster.
Yeah, not being able to swing your arms. Yeah, it makes you run faster.
Yeah.
It's an anime, quote unquote anime.
How would you like to be the guy who has to brief a general on that? Because they had to brief a general on it.
I'm sure they just took a clip from the show and like, this is what it is. Enough said.
It's so painful. So here's what I think is going to happen. 10,000 people are going to show up, and Area 51 will be empty.
You think?
Because that's why if they've got this much time to prepare, just take all of the, because it's a testing facility. It doesn't have aliens in it. I want to get that out right now. There's no aliens in Area 51.
Yeah, there are.
Stop it.
Dude, hundreds of them.
Stop
How
it.
are they going to move the aliens?
I don't know.
How are they going to move the aliens in?
They
what
have
is it,
space
2
technology.
months?
They can do whatever they want.
Okay.
They'll just zap them down to like really, really tiny, like miniature aliens, and then put them in a box, and then ship that box themselves somewhere else.
Oh. And that's how World War III got started. Literally a war between worlds.
Yes. But they've got to start emptying out Area 51, because what happens if 250,000 people show up?
Yeah,
They're gonna
you have a
lose.
good point.
They're gonna lose.
No, they would actually start shooting people at that point. If 250,000 people showed up, I mean, they only need like 249,000 rounds.
Keep one alive.
Yeah, no, I mean, a couple of tanks, helicopters. It really wouldn't be that difficult to control that many people. Once you shoot a couple, like, they're not gonna keep coming.
You would hope so.
You would hope. It's not gonna be like Game of Thrones where they're just like all following somebody's orders or from their mind or whatever it is.
I feel like, because the Area 51 has had breaches. Well, it's had one in particular that I can remember. It's a guy on just a vehicle just drove through the gate, and he eventually stopped, and they shot him because he wouldn't he wouldn't stop trying to
Find the aliens?
or attack them. I think he rushed them, and they just shot him, and they just put him down.
Seems fair.
Yeah. But, like, I think people don't understand how serious Area 51 is to the military.
I mean, it doesn't even matter what's in it. It's a military base.
Yes.
So they're going to defend that at all costs. I don't think they're going to slaughter a bunch of innocent civilians unless they absolutely need to. But I wouldn't put it past them.
But what's the point of innocent? Where is that point? Where is the point where it's like they're innocent?
Sorry. Non-violent civil disobedience? It's a little bit past that. but you can. I would assume that these people are not being violent, because that would just be stupid. You don't attack the U.S. military. I don't know.
I mean, we are the third largest military in the world as civilians.
Are we?
I believe I think that is an actual fact. We're behind China's military, but
We just have so many people.
as an armed population, we are like the third or fourth largest army in the world.
Wow, I'm impressed.
I mean, it's America. Fuck yeah.
Thank you for that. I hope that nothing bad comes of this Area 51 raid.
I hope not a single soul gets injured.
Yeah.
But if it's
I'm sure somebody will. At least 100 people are going to show up to this. And
what if they just like someone like is like live casting it to Facebook, and then all 100 people just disappear, like they're just gone. do you think it would make conspiracy theories so much worse?
Oh man, we should do that. We should stage it. We should stage going to Area 51 and then just pretend to disappear.
Yeah. But we'd have to like never contact anyone ever again.
All right, well I guess we can't do the podcast then. All right, that idea is out the window.
All right, I'm done talking about Area 51.
Okay, yeah, good. Me too.
Besides the amount of memes, which can stop any day now.
Some of them are pretty good.
No, none of them are any good. They're all stupid.
Really?
Yes.
So there's the one meme where it's like, oh, we're going to raid Area 51, and then there's a guy on a machine gun turret
laughing.
And the caption, laughs in 3,000 rounds per minute. You don't like that? You're laughing at it right now. It sounds like you like it.
I'm talking about like just the general masses memes where it's just like when you're raiding Area 51 and it's just like a picture of an alien.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Clapping alien cheeks, that can stop.
Yeah, okay. I agree with the general sentiment. Some of them are good, though. Wow, he looks buff in this picture. Wow.
CGI.
Yeah, probably. Sorry, just saw a picture of Geralt from The Witcher again because we're not ever going to stop talking about this. But moving on to another show that I'm kind of sort of maybe excited about. I saw a trailer for this when we were watching Game of Thrones because it's a HBO show, right? And they did a trailer.
I don't have to buy HBO again.
Well, you can maybe use mine.
I thought you canceled it.
No, we still got it. We're not using it as much as I'd like, but such is life. No, so I saw this and I was like, man, that looks like what are those books? That looks like the Golden Compass. And then it came out and the name of the show was His Dark Materials. I was like, oh, nope, guess I was wrong. Turns out I'm right. The name of the series is His Dark Materials, and so they're making this into a TV adaptation for HBO, and it looks pretty cool. Trailer, again, confusing as hell, but that's better than like movie trailers where they get all the funny moments in the trailer or all the action-packed moments in the trailer.
Or spoilers. Like they ruin the ending.
Although, I mean, in this case, you know, it's from a book. You pretty much know the ending. I don't. I forget the ending, but you can figure it out. Yeah. They all die. So yeah. This is the second show we've talked about now that is, it seems like it's chasing the Game of Thrones production. This one especially because it's HBO. Yeah, well, yeah, that makes sense. But will we ever find a show that's like Game of Thrones? Yes. That's that well produced and that well received. Yes. Okay. I'm glad. I like your optimism. My next biggest hope is the Lord of the Rings TV show. They're making a Lord of the Rings TV show. Did we talk about this at one point? I don't think so. It's been kind of under the radar. It's still in very, very early stages of planning. But the reason that I think that it has the potential to be good is because if it takes itself seriously, the movies were good. I enjoyed them. If it takes itself seriously, they have so much source material because of J.R.R. Tolkien. And his writing style. He wrote exactly like George R.R. Martin tried to emulate. So the amount of detail there and backstory and lore and all that stuff really helps set up what you can get out of a world. Yeah. And while I think it's a little more nerdy. I mean, nerd is now like the new mainstream. No, it's not. Yeah, it is. Nerds suck. Game of Thrones? That wasn't nerdy. Yeah, it was. It wasn't. Tell me why it wasn't. Because everyone loved it. See? I mean, the fact that like it had way too much sex, way too much nudity, and way too much just straight up violence to be considered nerdy. Way less than in the books on all of those things. But still, like 15, 20 years ago, that would have been a nerdy thing. Nerd is the new in, bro. All right, I mean, let's use video games as an example. Like, pretty much everybody plays video. Not everybody, but a large majority of the population plays video games. Like, that used to be nerdy. Now it's normal. You got me there. Okay. All right. I'll concede to that point alone. Not the Game of Thrones being nerdy. It is? It ain't. It is. It ain't. It's... Anyways, my point being here, my ultimate point being that Lord of the Rings seems even nerdier than Game of Thrones because it's just kind of fantasy like that, which fantasy is nerdy, right?
Okay.
Okay, Game of Thrones is fantasy. Fuck you. Anyways,
I saw that one coming actually. As soon as you set that up, I was like, "Yep, he's got me."
yeah, I got you. Anyways, yeah, no, I don't know. I think Lord of the Rings has potential. I'm not crossing any fingers.
Let's get back to the original story.
Oh yeah, sorry. Also, the Star Wars TV show, The Mandalorian, that could be good too, but I don't think that's gonna be.
All right. So I forget everything about the Golden Compass.
I do too, because I had
How
to
old
read.
were you when we read that?
I was in middle school. I want to say like 8th grade. I had to. No, actually, that's. Oh no, there was a movie before. Anyways, yeah, I think I read it in like 8th grade.
Okay.
But I had to do a book report on it, so obviously
You didn't read it.
I did read it.
Oh, I thought you
obviously,
SparkNoted it.
I put it off till the last day. I mean, this is before internet, Zach.
Oh right.
Okay, I mean not before. Yeah, anyways,
We're still using AOL then.
Yeah, sure. Why not? I forget. I put it off till the last day, and then like on a Sunday, I read the entire book. So as can be expected, I didn't retain that much, but I was able to write a book report from it and get a passing grade of some sort.
Weren't you a straight A student?
No.
Really?
Yeah.
Man, I've always pegged you for an asshole.
Oh, well, that's true. Not a straight A student though. No.
You're just full of surprises today.
Am I?
I could have sworn you were a straight A student.
No. My GPA was like 98, but that's because AP classes were weighted
That's true.
a lot.
Also, we must be the only county in the entire country that uses that GPA system. Because when people asked me my GPA when I first got to college, I was like, oh, I had like a 96. They're like, you had a 96?
Oh, yeah.
I was like, I had a 4.0 technically.
Yeah, right.
Which actually it does not, a 96 equivalent to like a 3.9 or something.
Yeah, unless you round.
Right.
Which UMD, in the time that I was there, they went from anything between 90 and 100 being a 4.0. Anything between, 80 and 89 is a 3.0. And then they switched it while I was there, that they had pluses and minuses. So 90 to 93 was like a 3.7. And above that was 4.0. And then, it was just, a B plus would be like 3.3. It's just annoying.
I had a professor in college. In 83 was a C.
Wow. That must have been an easy class for him to curve it down like that.
It was biology 101.
So, yep, easy class.
Or whatever the major. Like, it was for my major.
Yeah.
Biology. So it wasn't your classic gen ed.
Okay.
But that was irritating because I had an 84 at the end of the year.
All right, we are really off topic here.
Oh my God.
Holy shit, we're off topic. Let's move back to what we were talking about.
And move on from it.
His Dark Materials could be cool. We'll see. There's no release date yet, but I expect 2020.
Get to grades?
I don't know.
I called you an asshole for being straight A.
Yeah,
right?
probably. Anyways, did you know going to space is hard? Even though within the last couple months, a group of college kids successfully sent a rocket into orbit.
But not to the moon.
Not to the moon. But just like Israel.
Oh, no.
Israel, who failed to get a working moonlander on the moon's surface because it crashed into the surface of it. India failed at the last minute. They
didn't get a launch, though, right?
They were about to launch. And 56 minutes left in the countdown, and they hit a technical snag, and everything just went to a halt. Just done.
I wonder if it was like they're like at the 56 minutes they're obviously doing checkdowns, and someone looked at the projected route and they're like headed towards the sun. Like shit, we're gonna send them the wrong way.
Yeah, they didn't give any more detail than that, which is unfortunate. But yeah, they did not do it. Nope, they didn't do it.
Why is India trying to go to the moon anyway? We've been there.
India's been doing a lot of stuff in space. They've launched like a crap ton of satellites. I think they did a satellite destroying thing where they shot down a satellite. They're trying to prove space dominance somehow.
Okay. I mean, but we are the only people. We claimed the moon for America.
Yep. It's ours. It's ours now. It's ours now. Get the fuck out. No, yeah. There's another country, and I forget what it is. They're doing another military space thing.
Okay.
I feel like it's probably Russia, but I don't remember, so don't quote me on that.
We have so much technology today, and I feel like we're just trying to incorporate too much because we did it with basically a pocket calculator, if you want to use that.
Right.
Analogy.
Your smartphone has like several thousand times the amount of computing power as what they had in Apollo 11 or whatever it was.
Just stick to the pages, man.
Right.
Build it to the pages and send it. You don't need to. I'm sure they had like voice navigation or something. And she didn't recognize one of the astronauts' accents.
That would be funny. I don't think that's the reason they stopped it. Anyways, I don't think that there's much more we can really say about this.
Would you be interested in going to the moon?
Not for a very long time.
Okay. See, this is something if someone offered me today that I could go to the moon tomorrow, I would take it.
Really?
Yes.
The risks are just too great, and I value my life.
Okay, right. Speaking of failures and things that are underwhelming, 5G. It's the new selling point of carriers. Verizon's been rocking it recently. AT&T started rocking it. Sprint's rocking it, and it sucks. It really sucks.
You want to lay out why it sucks?
Yes, I can go into more detail. So 5G, to carry its signal, uses a high frequency, low wavelength beam.
Band. Yeah.
But the problem is it doesn't penetrate anything. So
one of the problems, yeah.
Yeah, that's the biggest problem because 5G doesn't go inside buildings currently.
Yep.
You can have it, and only certain cities have it because the United States doesn't have the infrastructure yet.
Right.
They're trying their hardest to boost signals everywhere, but you can get it outside, and it is amazingly fast.
Like 1,400 megabits per second?
That's what Verizon is. I mean, some guy went around to multiple cities that had it. I think he went to like 30 cities, and he tested all of the carriers in that city.
I think it's supposed to be in 30 cities by the end of the year. I think he only went to a handful of cities, though.
Okay.
By the end of the year, it should be in about 30 cities.
Okay. So he did tests on how fast their speeds was, and Verizon got the highest at a whopping
1,270 megabits per second.
1.2 gigs a second for a phone.
That's like more than 10 times my internet speed at home on a hard wire.
Yes. It's nuts.
That is insane.
But here's the problem. The phones can't handle it. Their processing can't do it. They overheat. And the only thing this guy could do was either put it in an ice cooler or put it up to the air conditioner in his car so it would cool down enough to use 5G again.
Which is ridiculous. Also, I mean, do we really even need 5G?
Yeah.
Yeah? Why?
Higher speeds, lower latency.
Yeah, but what are you doing on your phone that you need 1,200 megabits per second?
So, for phone-wise, I believe we have enough.
Yeah.
But the 5G can be used for other communication purposes, maybe to incorporate more autonomy. Things that can communicate between each other at a faster speed with lower latency. Maybe
that's good.
Cities can have vehicles just in that city, like taxis, that can drive around that entire city without a driver.
Yeah.
That's one of the few things I can think of why you would want as fast of speed as you can get.
So yeah, I mean, yeah, in that case, 5G is a super good idea. It just doesn't make sense to me for phones. It just seems a little excessive.
I mean, you can download a 2 gigabyte file in 34 seconds.
Yeah, that's a lot.
That's nuts.
Although
I think this man's got a typo.
Yeah.
21 gigabytes I could buy. 2.1 gigabytes ain't a chance. Because he says that he downloaded the entire Stranger Things 3 season. Season 3, which is 2.1 gigabytes is his spec stat there.
Which is just not right. Just not right.
That'd be like 20 minutes of video.
Yeah.
Because when I record on my computer, video, I'm putting files in that are 70 gigabytes sometimes.
Yeah. That can't be right. Anyways, yeah, no, you can download stuff crazy fast, for sure. But it just seems a little excessive for phones. It's just like 5G isn't gonna ever be anywhere that's not in cities, unless they somehow miraculously make the technology better. It doesn't go around corners. It doesn't go very far, and it doesn't penetrate like anything. So you have to be within a line of sight, pretty much, of an antenna of some sort. For the most part, I mean, there's different. They have like low band and mid band and high band, which do different things, different power.
Yeah.
But the low band is still only going to be slightly better than 4G, and it still doesn't go that far. Still doesn't penetrate anything. I mean, a lot of issues with this. I mean, also, NASA claims, I don't know if they know this for sure, NASA claims that 5G is going to screw up satellites. That the satellites, the way that they see what's going on the ground for like weather and stuff, it uses very similar wavelength to what 5G uses. So we're not going to be able to predict weather very well now. Okay, not that they're good at predicting weather to begin with.
not even close.
But it'll be worse. So I mean that just, it's like it adds to the things that 5G has going against it.
Also, I found out that AT&T, like all phone carriers, are scussballs.
They're like the worst.
So right now on your phone, if you have the brand new Samsung, it will say at some points you're using
5G E.
But it's not 5G. It's 4G.
Just rebranded 5G evolution. Yeah, they got a lot of flack from this, from the other phone companies, because it's just lying pretty much.
Yeah. Also, and then Sprint, subpar as always.
Yeah.
Had the worst signal quality for everybody.
Yeah, their speed was not up to par with everybody else, but such is life. I mean, it's also probably has something to do with how they distribute the signal instead of, how good the source is. I bet it's the distribution problem. But regardless, it's not. I don't think this is going to go anywhere. I think this is just a bit of a fad. It's not really plausible, realistic. I mean, if they work out the kinks, it's still never going to be down here. Never, ever going to be down here. No. So what's the point? Like, who cares? I hate that I'm going to be forced to buy a phone in the next 5 years that is 5G capable, and I'm going to be paying all that much more money for it, and I'm never going to use it. Yeah,
and also, I think the biggest problem and the biggest hiccup they have to get over is the penetration, which I don't think that's physically possible.
It's not.
I don't think you can improve technology to make that frequency penetrate a hard surface.
You can't change physics.
No.
So
when you're outside is probably the least important place to have high speed.
Right.
Because you want to do it at home. You want to be at home. Well, that's when you do all your streaming, all the bandwidth usage. Your phone, you dick around on it while you're outside. You don't need that speed.
Yeah. You know what I was thinking, and I feel like somebody's probably made this point. You know how several companies are trying to do worldwide internet from satellites, high speed, low latency. That will kill phone carriers if that comes into existence.
It will, or Verizon will buy those satellites.
Or that. But it'll kill phone carriers, because if you have Wi-Fi everywhere, what the hell do you need a phone signal for?
Yeah. I mean, you can already use an Apple phone on Wi-Fi alone and make phone calls.
Right. And then, I mean, that internet speed probably isn't going to be 1.2 gigs. But again, who needs that?
Who needs it?
Especially when you can just ditch Verizon or whatever your company is. Why wouldn't you?
I would do anything to have a company that has the quality of not service. Let's not get that, like, not their customer service, but their actual service. I wish I could get a company like Verizon's, but not Verizon, because I can't stand their customer service. I can't stand dealing with them at any point.
They're like dealing with used car dealers.
They're worse.
Right.
So I had somebody, all they wanted to do was, so they got a phone call, and it was not an unknown number, but it was just a number they didn't recognize. And they answered it, and it was some girl trying to figure out where her dad was. And they told him that they have the wrong number, and that girl hung up. And then they got called 78 times by an unknown number.
Wow.
And so this person they've had their phone on Do Not Disturb for the last 5 days. So they can't take calls from any number they don't know.
Jeez.
And he went to Verizon to see what they can do, and he stood in the store for an hour and a half and never got helped and had to leave because he had to get back to work.
Wow.
Verizon can fuck off.
Yep, Verizon sucks. Definitely
Also,
sucks.
Why is that a thing? Why can you not block an unknown number? If that's such a glitch.
That is annoying. I feel like there shouldn't be a way to do that. There shouldn't be a way to make your number unknown, and there shouldn't be a way to spoof somebody else's number because, like, I get spam calls from numbers that look similar to mine, and I know I don't pick up anybody with the first 6 digits of my phone number because I know it's just a spam. And I don't know. Yeah, phones suck. Phone companies suck. And let's move on.
Other things that don't suck and that have exceeded expectations. The new Corvette has been announced.
Yep.
And it looks freaking awesome. Can you click up on that picture on the middle? There we go.
Yep.
Look, that thing looks freaking sweet.
It's like the Americanized version of a Ferrari.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's mid-engined coupe with those gigantic side air intakes. I mean, it's just an American Ferrari.
Yeah, and I'm glad they've made this move because all the muscle cars of America, which I feel like this kind of falls away from a muscle car now.
Now it does, yeah.
Before Corvette I would still always consider it a muscle car. It had, a big back end, huge front engine.
Go in a straight line, can't go into a corner.
Yep. And Corvette said enough is enough, and they've completely overhauled the program.
Yeah, like every part pretty much is new design.
I love it. I think that car looks awesome. I love the idea of a mid-engine vehicle. I've always loved Corvettes, and this is the one I would love to have. I'd love to have every one of them, but
I've always hated Corvettes, and this is the only one I would be okay with having.
What if someone gifted you like a ZR1? Would you take it?
I would hate myself, but yes, I would.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not ever gonna say no to free stuff.
Look at this top end. This sucker that is a Ferrari top end.
Well, I mean, it's just a mid-engine car. That's all. That's all it looks like. I'm underwhelmed that it's only got 495 horsepower because it's gonna be probably 70 grand.
Yeah,
I think that sounds about right. Yeah, it's probably gonna be 75 grand with only 500 horsepower. I can buy like a brand new Mustang with 550 horsepower for like 28,000.
But then you have a Mustang.
Yeah, but power to price ratio is absurd. I mean, it only has a V8. It doesn't even have a turbocharger. Who buys a car without a turbocharger? That's how I'm saying.
New Porsche owners. That's who.
Yeah. Priced in the $70,000 range. Wow, nailed that on the head.
But so, I think they're hitting their a niche here, or a niche, depending on where you're from. That like this looks like your classic Italian supercars, and it's a third of the price.
I mean, yeah, you can get a nice Porsche for that kind of money, though. That's not Italian. Yes.
And also, Porsche doesn't have that styling.
No, it doesn't. It looks better than Porsches. I'm not a huge fan of Porsches besides the 919 which you talked about. It's just my biggest issue probably
is the horsepower.
No, because I mean I'm sure that it's light. I'm sure it's still quick.
Yeah.
And it is a naturally aspirated V8 in this, so it probably sounds pretty good. My biggest issue is that you're probably gonna buy a $70,000 car, and you're gonna get in the same interior that you're buying in a fucking Focus, like, because American interiors just suck.
I will say that the interiors always blow in American cars.
Yeah, I mean it's probably gonna be crap. Hopefully they do something to it, I guess.
You know what they'll do to ruin this car?
Corvette because of the interior.
Is they'll do what Dodge did and put instead of a gear lever, it's a gear knob, and it's just gonna turn it to put it in drive.
What? That's weird.
Dodge has that on their pickup trucks.
I don't hate that as much as the Prius. You click it forwards and backwards, and your parking brake is a button, I believe.
I do hate parking buttons.
Hate that.
Button parking brakes suck.
Yeah.
I always forget they're on.
Yep.
Always.
Yep. It's obnoxious. I hate it. Hate it.
But that's all I've got for car news. I think you've got one thing you wanted to share.
Yeah. This is absolutely ridiculous. Because it's called Peloton, which is not the bike company, the indoor bike thing that you can pay like hundreds of dollars a month to have somebody yell at you while you ride your bike, which is just awesome. This is a trucking company. They're solving technological problems, making advancements for semis. So this particular one that I'm talking about, they've made a partially autonomous vehicle. The way that it works is you have two large trucks, gigantic, heavy, dangerous trucks. You have a driver in the front and nobody in the rear one. And the rear one just follows the front one. And that's basically it.
And the driver drives for both of them.
He drives both trucks. I don't know the details, but I'm pretty sure the second one just mimics what he's doing.
Yes.
So if he turns right, the truck turns right. Obviously with some sort of delay. Otherwise, the truck's not making any right turns.
Or left. It just, he turns right into an intersection and the truck just takes out the 4 cars next to it.
But this is so sketch. This makes me really uncomfortable.
I would not want to be on any road that has this.
No. Because, like, I don't know. What if somebody puts their car in between?
Yeah, so let's say an object's in the road, like a deer. No, they don't swerve for deers. I know that for a fact.
A bear?
A bear. We'll go with a bear. It swerves for a bear. One truck goes left, but there's probably a vehicle somewhere near it, and the other truck can't go left and has to hit that object or go right. But that driver can't input 2 times. He can't put it left and not have that truck behind him follow it.
The one that's behind him just does exactly what he does. So, I mean, it's... I don't know. It's sketch, bro. It's sketch. And
but
I mean...
This is what you get for increasing minimum wages.
So it's using drafting to help with fuel economy, which will increase it by 7%.
That's a huge... For trucking, that's a pretty big amount of cost.
I don't know, man. That does not seem that significant.
If you could cut 7% off of a multi-million-dollar cost...
Okay.
That's a huge...
Yeah. When you scale it up, yeah.
You got to
That's
scale
fair.
it because this is a trucking company.
Right.
Not you and your fuel economy going from 18 miles an hour to 19.
Yep. Nope. You mean miles per gallon? I hate this idea. I hate it.
It terrifies me.
It is terrifying. I mean, the fact that anyone agrees to this is just crazy. And how are they going to regulate this? I don't know. But so this said something that when I read it made me think about you. And it was saying that the reason that there's a person in the front truck is because the human is like the perfect input.
Yes.
As though they never make mistakes. Because human drivers are flawless. They never do anything wrong. And therefore, we should trust them over computers.
Well, you're terrified of a truck following another truck.
I would be more comfortable if it was 2 computers. 2 autonomous vehicles. I would be more comfortable. Because how the hell are you going to get used to controlling 80 feet behind you?
It's a train on wheel. Well,
it's
on
2 trains.
on tires.
Yes. You're rolling with 36 tires, Zach. Plus spares.
So you know how everyone says like getting hit by an 18-wheeler, like that's like the most tragic thing that could happen to you on the road is getting hit by a semi. I would say yes, because it usually kills you.
You know what's worse?
Getting
hit by 2 semis.
Because I wonder if the input's like up, it hits something, hits it too. Like it just drives the truck in front of it through the crash.
Yep. Yeah, this is. I'm ready to move on.
I'm not. I'm still
okay.
Just
all right. We'll stay here.
Terrified of this idea.
Yeah, it seems terrible.
But it doubles the amount of,
work that a single person can do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look how good that is.
So you're cutting jobs and increasing my fear level.
So I'm going to, like, when I see trucks following closely, I'm definitely looking in the back truck to see if there's a driver there.
Yeah.
And if there's not, I'm going to see if I can mess with it. No, I'm not going to do that. I don't want to die.
I'm going to see if I can kill myself.
Not going to do that.
No. Wow. Yep. This is a sketch idea. I think we got one more thing.
One last thing.
Which we can just touch on briefly because I don't really care that much.
Yeah, it's video games, which some of our listeners find boring.
Some people don't care about.
But guess what? We don't care.
Yeah, so everybody knows that FIFA is the game if you want to play soccer.
Yeah, on video games.
There is, right, yes, no, obviously not if you want to play real soccer. PES, which is something, evolution, something, soccer. Do you know what the P stands for? Whatever, doesn't matter.
PlayStation Evolution?
Really? Nah, I'm going to say nah. Anyways, they have bought the rights to Juventus, which wouldn't be that big of a deal, except for that's the team that Cristiano Ronaldo plays on.
Which everyone does care about then.
Because he is the most famous athlete, I think, in the world by a long shot.
Yeah. Followed closely by Messi.
Yeah, and then a third, I think, is like Mike Tyson. I forget who third is, but it's somebody very important.
Yeah. Critical. But they have the club.
Oh, I think it's Mayweather, actually. Sorry, continue.
They have the club Juventus, but they do not have the
players. Yeah, so Ronaldo's going to be playing for... I forget what they're going to call it, but it's going to be something stupid.
It's going to be called Piedmont Calcio.
Yeah.
They're making up a team...
Right.
To play on.
Yeah. It's odd that they don't have the players. But they also had Manchester United, which is probably a bigger deal because they have the team and the team players.
Which is probably one of the most popular clubs in the world.
I'd say probably the most. They've got tons and tons of money, not necessarily because they're good, just because they're popular.
And also they are the one team that has really reached into the United States.
Yeah.
Everyone knows Man U over here.
For some reason or another.
Yeah. But
I thought that was interesting. Hopefully people start moving away from FIFA. Maybe this game will actually be good in the future. PS, their real draw is that it's not FIFA.
Yeah.
That's what they've got going for them. If they can keep working on that, gain more rights and exclusivities, then I think it could be a good time. Probably still we'll never play it or another FIFA again.
Yes, I'm officially done with soccer.
In video games. And on that note, I think we should end.
Let's end it.
Thank you so much for listening. I thought this was an excellent episode.
I
think we brought it.
We did have some major tangents, but you know what?
Oh, yeah.
But you know what? Who cares?
Right.
It's our podcast. We make it. Thank you so much for listening, everybody.
Thank you for listening. Consider becoming a patron. Shout out to all of our patrons. We love you. Goodbye.
Goodbye.